Happy opening night, Stugotz, for the
Thank
Heat
you.
today.
Yeah. You're excited, huh?
I am. I wanted to, and I was told I'm not allowed to, which sucked. But I wanted to just not talk about the Heat today. Like, similar to how, like, the day after the Super Bowl we did the Masked Singer. I was like, I just don't want to do Heat today and see what happens. And I was told that's not allowed, so we have to talk Heat today.
Well, no, it was me who said we should probably talk some Heat. I'm fine if you don't want to talk Heat. The season opens tonight. Tony has his T-shirt on. I mean, that's the only reason I brought it up.
But yeah, but I feel like they're gonna do plenty of Heat talk from LA. You know, so like, how much Heat do like people want to hear from us today? You know what I mean? I guess maybe a lot because it's opening night. But I thought that the joke would be funny and like in line with what our show does is just not address the Heat at all on like the first day of the season.
Right.
So I'm privy to some of the stuff that's coming out of LA, and it seems as though there's no Heat talk.
That's impossible.
Possibly.
I don't believe that. That can't be.
I'm just saying.
Wait, they went to L.A. and didn't talk about the Miami Heat?
Remember, you said they were covering Lakers-Clippers too, so you can't cover both teams on both coasts.
The aftermath of the Lakers' loss last night.
Yeah, they're probably recapping that with Sedano.
Right.
He played the Pistons tonight.
I saw that. I just, the Heat play the Pistons tonight.
Yeah.
FIU plays Jacksonville State tonight.
You're on the game.
I'm on the call, yeah.
Yes, they invited you back.
Hey.
Big night in Miami sports, it seems.
I heard Lucy saying, now I didn't hear it. I asked you for clips. You did not provide them.
That's false.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, we had. It just took a little bit to get it.
But I am told that you were very good on the FIU broadcast.
Let's address the I didn't have it. This is how that went last week that I did this, or the last time that I did this 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
So Thursday, I came in. I had to come in because people weren't in. You did not come in that Thursday.
Well, I was told to not come in.
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. So I was told to come in. So I come in. I do the game. It's a late game, whatever, right? And I'm in on a Thursday. And then Stugotz is like, we're doing Golik at 10:30. Do you have clips? And I'm like, dude, I was calling the game until 11 o'clock at night. I got home at midnight. Like, you want me to then go through, like, my own broadcast and
hours
of that broadcast to get, like, 10-second clips? Like, no, that's impossible.
I thought FIU would have someone on staff who would do that for you. You're a big star. I mean, you're doing them a favor.
I'm not a big star. Well, okay, but this is a favor that you asked, not that I asked.
Right,
I mean, if I wanted to bother someone, maybe I could. We asked after.
Well, who can I bother?
No one. You're not going to bother anyone. They did say this though the last time that I did the game, and they basically said like, we'd love it if Stugotz could do it. We'd love it if like whatever. And then I was like, am I good enough for you? Like, am I just your way in to get Lucy to do this?
Am I a
like,
bridge
what's
to
going on
Stugotz?
Here? Exactly right. They're like, well, anyone you want can come. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
What a sad bridge. To be a bridge to me. I mean,
trust me, I know.
Do they pay well?
What kind of question is that? That's so rude.
I was just wondering. Perhaps I'll do a game with you. That's all.
Well, why don't you just do it for free? Because you want to spend time with me.
Free. Now you've gone too far.
Lucy's here, and Lucy's playing a dangerous game, from what I've been told.
What?
Yeah, Lucy is going to put up for poll where it is that where she's going to go this week to cover a game, which seems like a very bad idea.
Oh, no.
So
very bad idea.
They're going to send you to the worst possible place,
No, we
Lucy.
have two options.
All right.
We were
Only two?
Only two.
Two and only two, Roy.
It's not a great weekend. There were like two ranked matchups, and we got approved for the two games we wanted to go to.
But we could probably find one that we could get you approved for that you're not considering.
Okay, well, you bring me your suggestion. Juju, can we put on the poll, should Lucy go to Oregon, Utah this weekend or Georgia, Florida?
Wow.
What is it? The largest
cocktail
world's
party.
largest outdoor cocktail party.
Yeah.
It's not the cocktail party anymore.
At the Landing, right, in Jacksonville.
I think the vibes will be better. The game will be worse. Utah, I'm going to have a hard time finding drunk people, but the game will be better.
Right.
It's Wednesday. Like, this seems like a very stressful existence if you don't know where you're going to be in, like, day.
You're telling me.
Is this every week?
This is every single week.
That's crazy.
I went to L.A. last week. We bought her plane ticket Wednesday. I flew out Thursday.
Wow. So before we get to that, next weekend, both me and Lucy, I have to attend the Iowa Northwestern game. It's at Wrigley Field. I think Lucy is going as well.
You're
right?
going to this?
I'm iffy.
Well, I have to. So they're doing the national championship ring ceremonies for Northwestern lacrosse. They're doing it at Wrigley Field during that game, which is very cool for my daughter and the Northwestern women's lacrosse team. So I'm excited about that. I'm not excited that they're doing it during an Iowa Northwestern game.
So how this went is I'm iffy on if I'm going to go to this game. Me and Iowa, we're kind of in a fight right now. We'll work through it. We need therapy, counseling, whatever.
They sent you stuff.
No, the Iowa soccer team I love.
Okay.
Nice stuff, too.
Nice stuff. Look. It's, you can't see here, but Nike Iowa soccer stuff.
Wow.
And they gave me that bobblehead there and more stuff. I'll wear it all tomorrow. But
that's great.
Thank you, Coach Diani. It was very, very nice. But my family is going to Iowa Northwestern for sure. And my dad was like, you should invite Stugotz.
You should.
Invite him. Tell him he can come tailgate with us.
All right.
And so I know what bar they're going to be at. And the tailgating seems going to be weird because it's at Wrigley. But if you want to hang out with my dad, he will be there.
Should go to the Cubby Bear.
Wait, so Lucy, you're not going?
I'm like 50-50.
You're okay, coin toss.
Since you're going, that makes me want to go more because I think we'd have a good time. But
He's not going.
No,
I'm going. My daughter's getting a national championship ring.
And they're leaving.
Go. Yes.
They're leaving.
Yes, it's at halftime, too. I have to endure a half of it.
Why is everyone yelling?
I don't
know.
Because I have to go to Iowa Northwestern. That's why I'm yelling.
But you like live at Wrigley Field. You have like a timeshare there. You're always in Chicago. What are you complaining about?
I have a house. I don't share it with anyone.
Yeah. I'm looking up college football teams in Alaska, and I've had no luck thus far.
There's not one?
Oh, you should go to Hawaii.
I would be so fun.
Why don't you go to
great.
Hawaii?
Oh, a midnight game, San Jose State, I believe.
Well,
I already checked it out just in case I lose all my bets.
But it's not midnight for her. You should go to Hawaii.
I would happily go to Hawaii.
Can we wait? Hold on a second. Can we let's
all go to
Let's
Hawaii.
do this right. Let's do this right, gang. Can we set up like back-to-back weeks that Lucy has to go to games in Hawaii, and then it wouldn't make any sense for her to come back, right?
And we'll go to Hawaii with her. We'll create content, send it back to Dan and Mike here.
Exactly.
I'm in. Yes.
Yeah.
So
You're going
let's
to
do
Iowa
it.
Northwestern. That's where you're going to be.
So hold
I'll
on.
be in Hawaii.
Hold on a second, because I thought you were going, and what I wanted to do was on Saturday do a show called College Lame Day. Because we're at the lamest game of the entire season. Iowa and Northwestern, and I wanted to do that, but now I'm going to have to do it with your dad?
He is a star. The fans of this show absolutely love him.
Okay.
You guys will be great together.
Okay.
You dress the same. You both love the Grateful Dead. There's a lot to talk about.
Done. Sold.
I was looking at Hawaii's. Actually, no. Like, Lucy, I think that November 11th, you should go to Hawaii because number 19 Air Force is going to be there.
Oh, wow.
Veterans Day.
Everything on the line, yeah.
That's a big day.
I mean, we haven't covered, we've neglected Air Force, which is, irresponsible of us and unpatriotic.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
They're a ranked team. If they keep playing, they're going to keep playing. If they keep winning, they could be maybe a bubble playoff team. Well, no, they're not going to get.
They're not going to make the playoff. They should be in the playoff.
But we can't say that out loud if we're trying to get Lucy to go on vacation to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, what are the choices next weekend? Have you looked at them yet, or
not next weekend? I can pull up a list. This weekend kind of sucks. This is like the last sort of like not great weekend.
have you been to Florida, Georgia before? It's a great time.
Yeah, I've never been. That's a game I wanted to go to, even though I think the game will suck.
Have you been to Jacksonville before?
I have been to Jacksonville before.
So not a great time.
Yeah.
It smelled kind of weird.
Yeah,
Big place too.
That's a fair assessment.
Is it?
It smelled weird.
Put it on the Polaroid. Does Jacksonville smell weird?
By the way, don't be alarmed. I know that you're new to this area. Don't be alarmed that like when you turn on your shower and your faucets for like the next 6 weeks, it smells like chlorine.
What?
Yeah, you haven't been here, but they're in the middle of their chlorine treatment and like the Miami like water management facility or whatever, and it's normal. It's safe, but like it smells like chlorine. So don't be alarmed by that. No, that's
They tell us it's safe, which again worries me a little bit.
What do you think they're trying to control you? Of all people to control, why do they want to control
not
you?
just me, all of us, but not control, but like chlorine's good. Don't drink it in the pool, but drink it in the water.
That's the thing that's weird.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lucy, which game do you want to go to? Like, I know you're leaving it to the fans of this show, but if it was left just to you, which game would you be going to?
That is why I'm leaving it up to the fans of the show, because I really don't know. I think Oregon-Utah is going to be a much better game.
Right.
I feel like I've heard it's a cool environment there. I've never been there before. It's also the last time that they're going to play as in the same conference, because we went to USC-Utah last week, and it was actually kind of sad at the end because you're like, you're never going to play again. So it's like a game with meaning, where Georgia-Florida I don't think is going to have a ton of meaning. I think Georgia will probably kick the crap out of Florida, but they'll be really drunk.
So next weekend is Alabama-LSU. That's the game you should go to next weekend.
That's where we want to go.
In fact, I wish my daughter's ring ceremony was there.
I have a
Baton Rouge. Okay.
I have a question.
No, it's at Alabama.
Oh, it's okay.
Even worse.
I have a question that I should know the answer to, and I don't want to put you in a bad spot. But when you're going, the intention is to do videos, correct? And have like social media videos or videos for YouTube videos for the show, et cetera, right?
Yes.
So like, it's not covering the game. So like when they gave you shit about the whole Colorado thing, that was kind of ridiculous because like you're not covering the actual game. You're there to get like the festivities and kind of paint the picture, the tailgates, the parties before.
And she does a great job of it.
Yeah, so like, no, I agree. When I had to do it at the FIU thing, or not had to, but when I did it at the FIU thing a couple weeks ago, like it's hard walking around and just, like talking to me. And Taylor's like, we're just going to do this for 12 straight minutes. I'm like, this is the first time we talk about this. I didn't plan for this at all.
Right.
So like, wasn't that easy. But you shouldn't be looking for great games. You should be looking for great environments, right?
Yeah, so the thing is a great game produces a great environment.
Yeah.
So like last week, we'll hopefully have a video sometime this week of me in LA, and that environment sucked, even though it was a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
And so most of the content we do is all tailgate stuff. We get there a couple hours early, we walk around, we sense the vibes. But when it's a game that people care about, they're more excited, the environment is better. But they're not going to drink in Utah, and that's kind of the big thing.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, you go to the Landing at Jacksonville for this game, it will be the best environment you've ever seen.
I don't know about that.
It's pretty good, Billy.
No, I mean, yeah, like the environment would probably be better if you go to that game, but the game is not going to be as good as, Utah. But I feel like you should go to like Ole Miss or something, right? Like, don't they have like great tailgates?
Yeah, we definitely want to go to Ole Miss at a certain point. The problem is it's wild. The college football season, we've got a month left of the regular season, which is super sad. So we've tried to be smart about, going different places, talking to different fans, trying to do different conferences. I've had the most fun going to SEC and Big Ten games so far, but this is the last year of the Pac-12. It's the best teams. It's this whole weird thing.
What are we doing for bowl season?
Oh, that's a good question.
No
awesome
idea.
Question.
Right.
I would like to go to as many bowl games as possible because once
Can we
the
send you to
season's
every
over,
bowl game?
we can try.
They have 7 in a day,
I
Billy.
know, but we just get like the Metal Arc Jet and just have you like Herb Street it.
We
know
have
what I
one
mean?
of those?
I'm sure there's
We
someone
should get
somewhere.
one. That would be really fun. Dan would say yes if I pitched it to him.
No, we wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
Maybe.
No, we
What if
wouldn't.
I said please?
Debatable.
Well, how about this? And I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to like break any rules or anything like that. But like I very clearly remember when we were at Super Bowl this past year that Stugotz kept pushing a certain private jet name over and over again. He's like, buddy, trust me, this is approved. Don't worry. I'm like, I don't know about this, buddy. And he's like, yeah, trust me. I talked to Bimmel. This is approved. You could say it. And I'm like, I don't know about that. And he's like, you're going to get a flight home. Trust me, you're going to get a flight home on a PJ.
Well, the problem was I was
obviously,
going to Syracuse. You were going to Miami.
No,
Yes.
no. But on the front end, he's like, buddy, they're going to get me with a Syracuse. They're going to get you home.
Well, we didn't
Don't
play
even
it right
worry
because
about
you didn't
that.
believe in me. And had you believed in me and we talked about Wheels Up the entire week,
Okay,
I would have told you. I mean, you would have had a flight home.
That's what I was trying
So
to
I had to
avoid.
get Scott
You had
Van
to say
Pelt
the
on the
name
air to promote Wheels Up, and that's how I got my flight home,
It was a very strange situation.
Great plane.
But I am thinking,
Piola.
if you have this relationship, then maybe this can benefit. Like maybe you talk to these people, we get the wheels in motion now,
Done.
and we have, said airline company, which I won't say, and they're the presenting sponsor of Lucy visits every single bowl game. And they're going to have to be on standby, and it's going to be a terrible month for you, just so you know, because like getting on 6 flights a day is going to be
But what does she
miserable.
do when 2 bowl games start at the same time on the same day? Because it happens.
You just go, you cover some of it from one game, and then you leave. Yeah, you're not
okay.
there for the whole game. It's impossible.
They're all in Florida, so it won't be that far to go. I think this is nice because we can go Bahamas Bowl to Little Caesars Bowl in Detroit.
The Hula Bowl in Orlando.
Idaho Potato Bowl.
Can I go with you?
Of course.
You're
right.
not going to, but this
If I
is-
get the plane done, I'm going, Bill.
But you're not. That's the thing. Like you say these things and you don't really want to do
you want to
it.
come with us? I mean,
No, and I'll tell you, I don't want to. And it's not a personal thing. It's I don't want to go to 70 bowl games thing. It's. I'm just being honest with you. Like,
with
don't take
Lucy,
offense.
though, on a private jet?
No, I get it, but I don't want to do that.
Okay.
And it's not a personal thing.
You're
but
out.
I also don't want to tell you, because I've learned, Stugotz,
Yes.
you just want to be invited to things,
I
right?
do, yeah.
You don't want to
Getting
go.
the invite is what it's all about. Put it on the poll, Roy.
You don't want to do the things, but you want to get, especially if other people get the invite, you want to get the invite to do, like, trust tree here. Everybody here, trust tree. We're all in the trust tree.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Branches.
Stugotz didn't have any interest in going to LA.
What?
Would have liked the invite, I think.
No, I'm okay.
Well,
actually. I've had a blast here the last 2 weeks.
When Amin was there, though, I
it's
feel
as
like
stress-free as I've been in 3 years, man. Are you kidding me?
I'll go. How about that? I'll go.
You're going to go to every bowl game with her.
I will go.
Wow.
I got nothing else to do.
Roy stepping into the
go.
breach.
Yes.
Huh. You do have other things to do. You're a father. You have a family to raise.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Takes a lot of time.
That's true. I got a phone.
You got a phone? What does that mean?
Yeah, I got a phone. I got like little video thing.
What are you going to do when you go to the bowl games with Lucy?
I don't know. Whatever Lucy tells me to do.
I do think that
Exactly.
it would be good content to have Lucy be like super energetic and enjoying it and you not. Like that's always been kind of like a dream of mine is to do a travel show where like I'm the not eager person and there's like a super eager beaver that loves doing the thing and then there's like the person that's not and I'm the person that's not. Like I always thought that it would be funny and obviously like we're not anywhere near the same level so it never would have happened, but I always thought it would have been funny like if me and Marty Smith traveled the country together to cover games and he's like, we're going to get shot out of a cannon. And I'm like, no, we're not going to do that, Marty. And then that's like the whole dynamic of the show is he's really eager to eat like cheese straight out of something. Some cow just made cheese or he's like, and he takes like a mouthful and I'm like, that's disgusting.
Right.
Not doing that.
It's a Marty party, though.
Yeah,
Right,
I know.
yes,
And I'm
yes.
like the party pooper. I'm the Marty party
You
pooper.
really are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah.
That should be your new.
The Marty party pooper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just heard word from a Jacksonville correspondent that says the landing that Stugotz keeps telling Lucy
It's
to go
closed?
to has been demolished.
Oh, no.
That
They
changes
relocated,
things.
huh? I mean, where is it now? I'm
R.I.P.
so old.
That
new landing.
changes things.
Where's the game?
Still in Jacksonville, just not at the landing.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
go, Lucy.
Heat Pistons tip off at 7:10.
Yeah.
Tony, you excited?
Yeah, it's funny because we were talking earlier, like it's already basketball season.
7:30.
We just finished talking about basketball like a week
Fine,
ago.
man. That
Come
is a
on,
fine.
man.
It's opening night, Billy.
I took a gamble.
$5.
I didn't think we were actually going to
Pre-game
cover it.
starts whatever time you
I
said.
just trying to throw that in to have that be our coverage. Wait, so is the poll up? So they have 2 places to choose from for you to go, and you're committed to doing this?
Yeah, I was gonna go to one or the other either way, and I couldn't decide. And I already texted my brother and asked, and he said he didn't know. So
Okay.
That's wow.
That's where we're at.
You're putting a lot of faith in our fans, and like, salute to you for doing that. I don't know. I said salute. I just kind of stole
Juju.
Juju's
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
There are
but, like,
2 good options, though.
Yeah.
Like, next weekend's going to be difficult because I just realized that USC plays Washington, and that's at USC, and that's
Ew, I
close
don't
to
wanna
that's
go.
home for you, though.
yeah, I don't want to go to that.
You
I
don't?
went to USC this weekend, and I was like, I didn't even cry.
Okay.
I didn't even cry.
Is that like a mainstay of like things that you do? You cry when you get to a game, or
Yeah, it's usually an emotional experience because
Right.
it's so cool and it's such a wonderful environment and everyone's all together rooting for stuff. I didn't cry there. It didn't make me want to cry.
I'm going to cry at Northwestern in Iowa.
You'll cry. You're guaranteed a lot of tears at that one.
Sad tears and happy tears. Sad tears that I have to endure first half. Happy tears when my daughter gets her national championship ring and I'm out of there.
Did you get
Just sad
one?
tears for me.
Are you getting a replica?
You know, we had the coach on, if you remember, right
I
after
do
they
remember.
won.
Yeah,
and
I
I told
remember.
her that all the parents that went to every single game, and I was one of them, like one of 5, they should all get national championship rings.
Yeah.
Now, if you remember, Kelly Hiller, she agreed to that. She's the coach.
I don't remember that portion.
She did agree to it. I'm telling you. I've listened to it several times. I've sent it to an attorney because it's a binding contract. And so I'm expecting a ring at Wrigley Field on Saturday. Yeah, I am. I'm not going to get one.
I
though.
feel like, and this isn't the way that you should look at it, because we also talked to Golick, right? Because you wanted to weasel your way into like Notre Dame circles, and you were trying to get your daughter to transfer to go play lacrosse at Notre Dame.
What?
What do you mean? What?
crazy?
We talked about this.
Crazy.
I don't know
we
about
didn't.
that. No, I don't know about that.
We did it on air. It's been out. It's published.
No,
it's
I don't
public
think so.
record.
Yeah, I don't think it
Well,
is.
I was gonna say once you get
Notre Dame.
Yeah, once Rachel gets the ring, she can transfer. She can enter the portal.
Well,
'cause
she can transfer whenever she wants.
No, but
Right.
once you get the hardware, now
Rachel will play more. He does.
I did tell the coach that
Yeah.
she didn't like that.
Yeah,
because she just won a national championship. I'm like, Coach, Rachel should have got more playing time.
Right.
Any playing time, really. I mean, you guys were up like 8-1. What are you doing? And they're like, you don't understand.
Will
how
you
lacrosse
stop
works.
it?
You could lose this game. And I'm like, if you
I
lose
told
the game,
you then, and
it's on you.
I told
Rachel
you-
should have been in there.
I told you then, and I'll tell you again now.
Yeah.
that person is in charge of my daughter for the next 3 years.
Well, what I'm saying is, doesn't have to be.
Stop making it difficult on Rachel.
I'm trying to make it
doing,
not
Billy?
difficult
What
for
are you
Rachel.
doing?
You evil cat.
I'm not being. I'm the dog. First of all, let's be clear. I'm a dog.
Woof, woof.
Marty Party Pooper.
Yeah, it would have been a terrible show, but I had a whole series of shows in my head that either didn't age well because of things happening or that were just completely unrealistic that I thought would have been great that I've talked about before. I don't think I've ever told the Marty Party Pooper one, but that was one that I wanted to do. I wanted to do, and it didn't. There was controversy around it, so just because he seemed like kind of a crazy person. But that one obviously is not going to happen anymore.
Rest in power.
And then there was the whole Jose Canseco Bigfoot thing that didn't happen.
That one
was
we
like,
still have some legs with.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get something like, and we probably shouldn't talk about this. I'm trying to get something done at the Super Bowl with Jose Canseco. If we're gonna be there in Las Vegas, and that's where he lives, I think he either sold his car wash or his car wash was for sale. So I don't know that we're gonna be able to do car wash related things. But like, I wouldn't mind going into. If I die, I would. But I wouldn't mind going into the desert with Jose Canseco, looking for like supernatural beings and having him
Area
just show me
51,
the
me and
ropes.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
We could take it all the way to the line. Nothing happens when you go into Area 51. The military just tells you to go back with guns. But if you get to that point...
How do you know?
Because I've heard about it.
Right.
And if you get to that point... A friend of mine did it on mushrooms. If you get to that point...
That
right,
seems like not a good idea.
It probably
Going up
wasn't.
to a
Great
military
idea.
base on
Probably
mushrooms.
It's something Jake Plummer would do. I mean,
No,
his are
aren't-
healthy. Yeah.
Exactly. His aren't psychedelic. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
But
sorry.
if you go all the way there to the fence, the military just tells you to turn around and keep going back. So we can go all the way to Area 51 with Jose Canseco.
But he'll send Ozzy Canseco.
Of course he will.
I would take that.
I'll check the pinky.
Honestly, that would be great
You would
just for
take
the story.
Ozzy?
Hell
Check the
yeah.
tattoos.
That'd be such a good story. What are you talking about? You think I'd be disappointed
It's
if...
already happened, though.
Okay, yeah, but you think that my disappointment would be like Jose Canseco tried to one-up us and gave us his brother with different tattoos? Like, I'd play along and be like, oh, okay, Jose, like, this is great, when it's clearly not him.
Call him Jose the entire time.
Exactly, yeah.
Tony was giving us his thoughts on the Heat, and then Billy just interrupted him. Like, you brought it up, he was giving his thoughts,
Yeah.
and then you went in a different direction.
Well, we're going to get to it later.
We will get to
When?
it. Eventually, we're going to
Mike
get to
sure
it.
will tell us about it or something.
Yeah, he'll tell us that he's
What?
scared about the Heat, even though the Heat are possibly not as good as they were last year. But the most important thing is we just started talking about this team, and now we're talking about them again. Like, the season just ended and it feels like we're starting back over right now. But I'm excited for the Heat, man. Like, they got to figure something out because they struck out in free agency a couple times, and it's not looking great.
Well, okay, but you just said you're excited for it. So what
I
part
am.
of
I'm
that?
excited for the NBA
I'm
season.
excited for the
to
NBA
start.
season, right?
Well,
I don't think the
Basketball's
Heat are going to
back,
be
yeah.
very good. Like, listen,
I
I'm
don't
done
either.
kind of doubting Jimmy Butler because I didn't think he could be a number one. I didn't think he could be the best guy on a team and lead that team to the NBA Finals. He's done it. He's done it twice, right? And he's went to the Eastern Conference Finals. They were a shot away. But Milwaukee and Boston, too good. Like, too good. And I'd be surprised if the Heat are in the top four in the playoffs.
Very
in fact,
surprised.
I'm not even certain the Heat are going to make the playoffs. How about that?
Well,
Not even playing.
This is my
Maybe.
question as like a Heat cynic. What should I be excited about for this season? Like, what should I be looking for and be like happy to see tonight?
Development of the younger guys, hopefully. No, you're not
Development is not.
But that's
when
what
you
the
start
Heat
with
do.
development, it's like
that's what they
nah,
always
But
No.
that's what the Heat do, right? They turn guys into Gabe Vincent and
No,
Max Strus that
but
go get deals somewhere else.
What Riley used to do was forget about the young guys, no development, and go get LeBron, Wade, and Bosh.
Yeah.
Okay? What he's doing now is selling you on, hey, we'll develop the young guys. They're all interchangeable. Gabe Vincent, goodbye. We'll get someone else.
Right.
Max Strus, goodbye. We'll get someone else. The Heat are not good enough. They are not good enough to contend in the Eastern Conference. They're not.
I agree with you. Like both conferences are top heavy, right? And then there's a bunch of teams that are in the middle that are just hoping to make the playoffs to then get destroyed by one of the top teams. The thing is, the Heat last year with a better team and a better roster were a play-in team. Of course, I'm convinced that the only reason why they've made it to the NBA Finals is because we said they weren't going to do anything. So it's just the karma of that
You're
situation.
giving us the credit?
Yeah, no, it was
Oh, yeah, it's
100%
all on
So
us.
proud of you.
It was 100% us.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
if we were to tell, hey, yeah, the Heat are going to make it this year all the way and be a typical Miami fan, then they're going to get blown out every game.
Huh.
Just the way it happens, man.
So how do you feel about this season?
I feel like they're going to be a play-in team, And
But if they're playing, you have to go one or the other. Like either they're good and then they are bad.
No, they're
despite us, or
average.
they're bad.
Well,
They're
they played in
average.
and went to the finals last year.
yeah,
No,
they're
I know,
average
but-
and they're a playing team.
But by your logic, you should say that they're going to be terrible and then they'll be good.
All right, they're going to be terrible.
We got to it. Weekend observations coming up next. think.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Billy.
Guys, we have very big news that I've just been made aware of.
Really?
Yeah, this could impact.
Like big news. Not Billy big news, but big news.
Billy, big news.
Oh, okay.
We're all going to Hawaii?
Hey!
Thank you, Billy. Wow, I can't
No,
believe you talked to the booze.
Wow, you came through, man.
I haven't
Yeah.
done that yet. But this may impact Lucy's go to every bowl game. Actually, it doesn't impact it at all because the bowl game still exists. But there was a sponsor change at a bowl game that Stugotz may interest you and may impact God Bless Football.
Really?
Yeah, so do you guys remember the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl or whatever it was called?
Yeah.
No longer.
Really?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel is out of the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl or whatever it was called.
Fallon?
Yeah, in LA.
Fallon.
No.
Seth Meyers?
It is now, as it was announced this weekend, the LA Bowl hosted by Gronk.
Oh my God.
So Rob Gronkowski is going to be sponsoring a bowl game.
Not Gord?
Well, here's what I've learned in our years of dealing with the Gronkowskis. They travel in a pack.
Yes.
They're like wolves.
Yes.
So if Rob Gronkowski has a bowl game, Gordy Gronkowski, Chris Gronkowski, all of the Gronkowskis have a bowl game. And I feel like, Lucy, I see you already checking. It's December 16th. Mark your calendar.
Yes.
This is a Saturday.
We're there.
I've never been to LA. I've never been
Really?
to LA. I wonder if this is the...
What?
Yeah, I've never been to LA. I wonder if this is what we need to do to go out to LA to cover this bowl game between teams that we don't know. And also, is it worth it going to LA just for like a day?
That's
Sure.
That's an upgrade, though, right? Jimmy Kimmel to Gronk?
I mean,
It is. It's an
there's-
upgrade.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's only certain things that you
Thank
can
you,
do.
Lucy.
It's just a sponsor, right? Like it's
Right.
like, do you remember when it was like, so we had like years of Barstool has a bowl game, and then it got canceled the first year, I think, because the team pulled out, or I don't know what happened. Something happened the first year, and I think they did it last year, and you realize like it's kind of just a bowl game.
I think it depends. Where you have a bowl like the Idaho Potato Bowl,
Yeah.
the winner gets dumped in French fries. That's very cool.
Okay.
Same thing with the Duke's Mayo Bowl. I think it matters when it's a food.
That's less cool. Getting dumped
It's
with
so
mayonnaise.
funny.
But I'm
Oh
one.
my God, I would kill to see Iowa in that bowl game.
But what do we think a Gronk
You
bowl
might.
game is going to be? Because like here's another thing that we've been discussing behind the scenes that now we'll just say publicly and then see if that kind of gets the wheels in motion. Is we've been invited the past couple years and have always left before the Gronk beach party happens at the Super Bowl. And this year it's happening on a Friday afternoon, and we like behind the scenes have talked to the Gronkowskis, and they're like, "Do you want to just do the show from there?" And we're like, yes, please."
Yep.
So we need to kind of figure out who we need to talk to and who needs to talk to who about that, because it's like we're gonna go cover the Super Bowl. We're gonna be there.
Yes.
We're gonna be there on Friday. If we could just delay it by like a day, then we can just do a show from there, which seems like it would be absurd.
Right.
But now we're also adding to the wrinkle. Do we want to go cover a bowl game between two teams that could be like Minnesota and whoever, you know?
Hold up. Minnesota beat Iowa this weekend, so we respect them a lot.
Okay, we respect Minnesota.
respect
I'm
them a
sorry.
ton. It's-
Even though we haven't gotten your thoughts on this game on this show, I don't know if you covered it in LA. I'm sure you did, but like ridiculous.
Terrible call.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible call. However, if you have like 2 yards of offense and a half, yeah, you deserve to lose.
Right.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Yes.
That's your own fault.
Agreed.
We have weekend observations on a Wednesday.
We do. Yeah.
We have to get to at some point.
Let's do it right now.
Oh.
It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Weekend observations on a Wednesday. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories, available for delivery. Dan, we spent a good portion of last week discussing whether or not this legendary coach was done. That was then. This is now. Because after a 29-25 victory over the Buffalo Bills and recording the 300th win of his career, Dan, make no mistake about it, Bill Belichick is back. Speaking of back, the God Bless Football curse is back. Our apologies to Mac Brown.
And Taylor.
You're right. Personal record book update. Due to the 219 wins with Tom Brady as his quarterback, Belichick only has 81 career victories. How about that? Ways to go.
Not as good.
No. To the guy having a heater in the alley in Evanston, Illinois, wearing a latex glove. How'd he play?
Have you ever thought of that?
No.
Little latex glove?
No, not until I saw him. We discussed it in the alley over a heater.
Savvy vet.
Yeah, it was great. I'm like, what's the glove for? He goes, so my hands don't smell. I'm like, do you have an extra? You didn't. How do you play that? College football. Chaos. Ohio State. Defense wins championships. Penn State. Offense wins championships. Dylan Gabriel. Revenge game. Lincoln Riley. Blah, blah, blah. Caleb Williams. Blah, blah, blah. Oklahoma. Survive in advance.
There's a Pop-Tarts Bowl.
What?
Oh, I'm in.
I love Pop-Tarts.
In
Toasted,
Orlando.
right? You have to toast them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gotta toast them.
you
But you
have
can't
to.
eat them too quickly either because then the gelatin
Yeah.
gets in the roof of your mouth, burns your mouth.
Miami,
Oh, man,
Miami
that's
might be
dangerous.
there,
So right.
and Notre Dame might be there.
What a great observation
It's
by
true.
you, Tony.
I've bitten so many Pop-Tarts that have burned the shit out of my mouth.
Yeah.
The shocking thing wasn't the fair catch call. It was that Iowa scored a touchdown.
Special teams is great. I don't know
I'm
what you're
convinced he
talking
threw a flag saying there's no way they scored a touchdown.
about. It's the second time we almost won a game with a special teams score.
12-10 is so Iowa and Minnesota. The Gophers.
A little high, if we're being honest.
22 points, Lucy.
A little high.
Okay, my bad. Death, taxes, and Penn State losing that game. 20-7 Tennessee in the first half. 27-0 Alabama in the second half. You, of course, know what that means, right, Dan?
What's that?
Oh, thank you.
I had to do it. Somebody has to do it.
It means Tennessee and Alabama was a tale of two halves. Gardner Minshew could scoot. Dan Campbell, loving a good loss, is so Dan Campbell. That was great. Max Verstappen. Steppen?
Verstappen.
Whatever.
Mr. Baby.
Do me a favor. Stop winning.
No, that's not.
That's not Mr. Baby?
No, that's Lando.
Oh, gotcha.
That's fine.
$5.
What?
I'm just saying.
It might be. So the Gronk Bowl might be Wyoming and UCLA.
We'll take it.
The boys.
Wyoming is fun.
The boys.
The Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I love bowl projections. It's so fun. No one has any idea. This is so fun.
The Bills have lost to Zach Wilson and Mac Jones. Sean McDermott, hot seat. Pittsburgh Steelers. How? Anyone?
Huh?
Mike Gesicki, still catching big touchdown passes for the Dolphins. Maybe his biggest. Javon Carter, Academy Award. You guys see that? It was great. He was barely touched. Lionel Messi, bust.
What?
Has he played yet?
Bust.
I don't think he's
His team
played
that made the
yet, no.
playoff. I mean,
He
they
hasn't played in a month, dude.
terrible.
What is this?
Waste of money.
This other website, Stugotz, has the Gronk Bowl, has Air Force in it.
Really?
I mean, if it's a TYFYS Bowl with Gronk,
That'd be
how can we
huge.
not?
21 of 31 for 180 yards. Jordan Love, the Alex Smith, is strong in you. Ohio State has won 7 straight over Penn State. You, of course, know what that means, right, Dan?
What's that?
It means Ohio State has Penn State's number.
Wow.
James Franklin saying, I'm not certain. We didn't just watch the two best teams in the country play. After losing yet again to Ohio State, James Franklin, the Stugotz, is strong in you. Death, taxes, and North Carolina losing a game they have no business losing. 62-0, LSU over Army. LSU, that is not a way to treat our troops. LSU, beat them in a fight. Do you know what the D in Jaden Daniels stands for?
What's that, Stugotz?
It stands for disrespecting our troops.
Can't
Wow.
have that. Can't have that.
Can't, no.
FYFYS, you know what I mean? Unacceptable.
Yeah.
You like that one, huh?
That's good.
That was good.
That's not coming from me. I would never.
No, you didn't say it.
Somebody said that.
Not
Somebody
me.
else said
Not
that.
him.
Yeah.
Not me.
Not you.
Iowa unders, the gift that keeps on giving. The biggest winner in conference realignment is USC. They'll never have to play Utah again. The Utes. Michigan State put up 0 points in a rivalry game against Michigan, and somehow that wasn't the most embarrassing thing they put up on their scoreboard. Bernie Kosar watching the Chiefs game with Taylor Swift sounds like a Mad Libs. Bill Belichick without Tom Brady has a worse winning percentage than Lovie Smith.
Wow.
That's bad.
That's bad.
Derrick Henry, Buffalo Bills, collision course.
Ooh.
Kyle Shanahan, blah, blah, blah. Brock Purdy, blah, blah, blah.
I'm surprised you didn't say you know what the B in Brock stands for.
Blah, blah, blah. I was coming.
Okay. Now say
Look,
it. Now
it says
say
it
it.
right
Now
there.
say it. You know the B.
Dan, you know what the B in Brock Purdy stands for?
What?
What's that, Stugotz?
Blah, blah, blah. Why'd you just fist bump me?
I don't know.
Nah, he likes that.
I didn't change this one. I wrote it down. These are weekend observations I was supposed to do on a Monday. It's Wednesday. I wrote Major League Baseball is one Arizona Diamondback win away from its worst World Series matchup in the history of the sport.
You're a soothsayer.
Yeah,
We're here.
it happened. Minnesota Vikings in the mix. Game 7. Best 2 words in sports unless you are the Rangers and Astros. It's a dud. Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics, Eastern Conference Finals, collision course. Don't know how they do it, but every Falcons game comes down to a final drive and a coup kick.
It's so true.
Yeah. 2 yards of offense in the second half. I don't know what nepotism looks like, but I'm pretty certain it looks like Brian Ferentz. The CW has college football?
And F Boy Island.
And it rules. Not F-Boy Island, but the college football.
The hell is going on? Speaking of hell, Art Briles. Roy, those are the weekend observations.
Stugotz, I have a confession for you that
Okay.
I feel like the other room will relate to more than you will.
Okay.
And it's something that I didn't want to tell you yesterday, and I was trying to figure out how to resolve a potential bad issue
Right.
that resolved itself, thankfully.
Okay.
So now I feel like I can tell you because I'm pretty confident it's been resolved. So yesterday we were
But you're not
recording-
sure? You think?
I'm pretty confident
Okay,
it's resolved.
right.
Be
And I'll
careful.
have a resolution for it.
Careful now.
Right.
All right, so yesterday we were recording part of God Bless Football that we're also going to have expanded into Stupidity because we interviewed Captain Lee, a boat captain from Below Deck, and he was going to pick games with us. And Stugotz fell in love with him, and it was supposed to be
did.
a quick 10,
Yes.
15-minute interview that went on almost 50 minutes.
I wasn't supposed to
Hold
be
on,
a
how
part.
long?
I was not supposed to be a part of it at first. Billy asked me to do it and sit in, and
no,
then
no, no,
I
no.
fell in love with the guy.
No,
I mean,
not exactly true. It's not that you weren't supposed to be part of it. It was for God Bless Football, so you were supposed to be part of it. But
Yeah,
I had contingency plans in the event because it was the last thing we were recording the day in case something came up and you were not part of it.
Right.
So I had reinforcements lined up ready to go to do it with us.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So we did it with said reinforcements or said reinforcement. And what we're going to do is we're going to release it on God Bless Football, but we're going to have the extended, like, full version on Stupidity because Stugotz loved this guy.
Yeah.
Just because, like, if we're going to be honest, he's kind of like grouchy old captain, and he just said wild shit.
Yes.
And Stugotz, like, loved kind of poking him and getting him to say that stuff. So, like, as soon as it was done, he's like, oh, we're going to do this, that, whatever, right? And then I go and I look at my computer, and I don't see that thing happening on Zoom where it's saving the whole thing.
You didn't record it.
And then I go and I hit downloads, and I don't see it appearing in downloads.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm like,
I was supposed to play golf, Billy.
well, I'm like, something is up here because I know for a fact that I hit stop recording at one point, and it said you're no longer recording. And I'm freaking out because I'm like, this has happened before, but I know that I recorded this. And then I'm trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? How did this happen? How am I going to fix this? How am I going to get this audio? Because there's no, like, Zoom archive that you can reach out to them if you forgot to record.
But Billy, you're freaking out. And by the way, World Series we'll discuss with David Sampson coming up here. But
Yeah,
Billy, you're
Sampson's still
freaking
on
out.
today.
You're freaking out because you knew it was good. Like, we were in it, and we know when we're doing something that's good and funny that our audience will like. It was good. So
I am freaking out because I also have then reached out and we came up with this plan of we're going to put the picks in God Bless Football and have like a short abridged version, and then we'll put the rest in Stupidity. And then I already promised that to the people that made it happen. So I'm like, now I'm going to have to go back with my tail between my legs and explain to them, like, it just disappeared. It doesn't exist. I don't have it, right? And then I get the most lovely, welcoming, comforting email that I've ever received in my life.
really,
Yes. And it comes about 2 hours later, and it says, your Zoom interview is now ready to be downloaded from the cloud. And what happened was, instead of saying save on my computer, I hit save on the cloud, which I had never done before. And then it just reappeared
Wow.
2 hours later. And I was like, thank goodness. Now I
Amazing.
don't need to figure out what to do.
2 hours.
Now I need to figure out how to get it out of the cloud, because cloud technology I still don't understand. Where the hell is it? How do I get it? Who has all of our stuff in this cloud? But that's an issue for another day.
2 hours is a long time to stew
It did take a
about that.
while because, like, it'll take only like 5 to 10 minutes if you're downloading the whole thing.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
was a giant file though.
what were you doing in the 2 hours before you got that message? Like,
I was parenting. I was going and I was like, I this is going to be an issue that I'm going to have to resolve, but also I have to get my daughter from school. So this is an issue that I will resolve at a later time.
at any point were you thinking, hey, Stugotz was going to play golf, and I told him to stay home for this, and he did?
No.
Were you feeling bad for me? Is what I'm asking. No.
At no point was I feeling bad for you. You play ample golf.
I do.
And by the way,
Playing today.
Gummy
golf.
Gummy golf.
Yeah.
I have a friend who had to have back surgery because of the amount of golf that
Really?
they played.
Well,
Something
he's
happened.
not swinging correctly. That's the deal.
Well,
Oh, okay.
if you have a good swing, your back should not hurt from golf.
Well,
I'm just telling you.
I was told that the issue was the repetitive motion, had to have back surgery, has to wear a neck brace now
What?
for a little bit while
Forever?
recovering.
Really?
Yeah, it's old money Charlie. He had to have back surgery because of golf.
Come on.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I was told it was golf related.
Charlie always wears a neck brace just so he can sue somebody.
I don't think he needs to sue anybody. I feel like
He
he's
doesn't.
good.
He definitely
Yeah.
doesn't. He's sued enough people, I think.
What is that?
I have no idea. You're right, Charlie. Charlie does not need to sue anyone.
Yeah.
You are 100% right.
Anyways, thoughts and prayers of Charlie's back and neck brace situation.
Really?
Yeah. T's and P's.
It's very nice of you. So we have this interview. It's saved. It's good. We're fine. Okay.
I think we're good. I was told it was there. I started downloading things. I haven't heard for sure that we're good, but I'm pretty sure we're good.
Right.
I thought that it may be a cloud situation. Has that happened to you guys, that you've had something just disappear, or you thought you were recording and you didn't? And this is I'm now realizing as I'm talking, this is only interesting to us because we're the ones that have to deal with it. People who are listening to this show or watching on YouTube that don't have to do this on YouTube cannot relate at all. So you know what? Never mind.
No,
Change subject.
no.
Billy, Lazy River.
We'll talk about something else.
Exactly,
No,
Stu.
it happened to me, and I wasn't recording.
Yeah.
And you know what it was? It was Dan having an interview. Oh,
What happened?
He forgot who it was with.
I forgot who it was with.
Sedano?
Was it the? Oh.
No,
The sit down, the big sit down.
Brad Williams?
it's John Amici.
Meech.
Yeah, that's even worse because they were talking serious race issues, and oh god, the feeling of not having that.
How'd
God.
you get out of it? What did you tell Dan?
We don't have it.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
That's not the answer.
Boy,
That's
yeah,
not
was a
the
tough
answer.
one.
That's not the way you go about
Unfortunately, that's the only answer.
that one. Yeah.
Billy, the one thing is everybody can relate to is doing something at your job that you were thinking that you were doing and then you ended up not doing it. I think everybody can relate to that. There's one thing that is universal, that cold sweat that hits the back of your neck or the middle of your chest when you know something happened at work and you're like, damn, I don't think I did that or I didn't do it right. That's a terrible feeling. When you realized, when I was doing Tony's NFL road trip where I was interviewing different people from different teams, there was a Packers one that didn't get released because I didn't record it.
You did what?
Wow.
What?
When?
Beginning of the season. Little preview.
What happened to it?
I didn't record it. See? So I did the entire interview and I was like,
You know what
dude,
I hate
didn't
about-
record it. My bad.
Here's what I hate about Cloud. What Cloud does, I get these emails all the time. They're like, thank you for using all your storage.
Oh, that sucks.
Here's a link to purchase more. Like, you're thanking me only because I have to buy more now.
Yeah. I do it on my email.
least they're
Like
polite.
I pay Google whatever,
right.
like $9 a year to have like more emails, and I think it's strictly because I just have so many unread emails.
It's a scam.
I mean, life's a scam if
Attaboy.
you really break
Now-
it down.
now you're using-
everything,
now
everything's
you're
a
using
scam.
it.
Boy,
Ese cerebro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
really rubbing off on you guys.
Yeah.
Well, there's always good plays for a very nice scam or scheme in the background.
Right.
Always good to have one in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Life is a scam, and then you die.
Lucy, how's your poll coming along? Where are you going?
I haven't checked it in a minute, but it was a big landslide so far for Georgia, Florida, and 57.8% people think I should go to Jacksonville.
Where are you thinking of going next week? Do you have like that far in advance, or you don't?
I was actually just looking at the games. So next week would be LSU at Bama would be really cool.
Yeah.
Notre Dame at Clemson.
Have you been to Tuscaloosa before?
Never been to Tuscaloosa, never been to Clemson either.
Okay.
Or Iowa Northwestern with Stugotz.
Not this
Yeah.
year. Me and your dad. College lame day.
Why would you like subject yourself to so many Iowa games? You're a fan, but like you're gonna do it again?
I like to see my siblings.
Oh well.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I like to see my family.
So they go to every
That'll do
Iowa
it.
game?
They don't go to every Iowa game, but my family goes to one or two games together a year, and they're going to this game together.
Nice.
I know.
That's nice.
I wish sometimes I'm like, why didn't my dad go to Georgia for school?
Right.
Why this?
I went to Clark University.
Well, why did you go to Georgia for school?
Hell of a homecoming.
I don't know. I toured. I didn't apply. It was this whole thing.
What was your college application process like? Like how many places did you apply to? How many places did you get like waitlisted, rejected, whatever?
Okay, so I have a good story with this. So I applied to 3 schools. I applied to Iowa, which was the easiest application of my life. I didn't even have to submit a transcript. I got accepted like the day my senior year started. They were like, "Come on by. You don't send us your transcript. We're not worried about that. We don't need your extracurriculars.
Should've gone
we
to
don't
Iowa."
care." So it was very easy. Got into Iowa. I applied to Auburn and I applied to UNC. Now, my dad wanted me to go to UNC. He did not want me going to Iowa. He wanted in-state. Iowa's a huge party school. He didn't want me going there. And he was like, hey, if you get into UNC, that is where you're going. So I, at that point, knew I wanted to go to Iowa for school. So I wrote my admissions essay to UNC on why I wanted to go to Iowa. And they waitlisted me.
Wait, what? You had to write an essay for UNC, and you wrote an essay about how you didn't want to go to their school.
I wanted to go to Iowa. And I got waitlisted, which I think is super impressive.
Was that a young Lucy kind of rebelling against dad, or?
Yeah, and he's so happy I went to Iowa, and he
Right.
was so happy when my little brother went to Iowa. But he was like, yeah, you should definitely go to UNC because they had a really good journalism school, in-state. It's a phenomenal university.
It is.
But I did not want to go there.
Right.
So I took matters into my own hands.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like I was a very well-behaved kid. I was never rebellious. Like I didn't do anything except for that. That was the only like, wow.
But the Tar Heels' losses are more exciting than Iowa's wins. I mean,
Yeah.
put it on the poll, Roy.
Yeah, they are. They are. But it's too late now.
Right.
4 years out of state tuition later, here I am.
I know.
Sad.
Yeah.
Did you go to journalism school? Is that what you graduated with?
did, yeah.
Do you like look at that and say like, what am I doing?
Yeah, sometimes I'll just sit there and be like, when I was wearing the Bobby Petrino outfit, I was like, I can't believe I got a degree to do this. I can't believe I did that.
It's crazy. You just kind of sit back and you're like, this is not what we were learning in class.
I didn't learn any of this.
The
They
game is
prepared me
changing,
for nothing.
Lucy.
Yeah, neither did I.
Every day. Same here, Roy.
I can't believe that you wrote an entrance, like an admission essay about how you didn't want to go to the school and would
great.
rather go to like. So the closest thing that I have, and it had never occurred to me because like when I went to school, they would do like testing like for honor Spanish and stuff like that, and like as an innocent little boy, I never thought of the idea of let me tank this so that my life is easier and I don't get into the harder classes. So I would like get in, and ultimately they're like, "You're too dumb to be in this class. You're no longer going to be in honors next year." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll now have to go home and disappoint my parents with that information." When I could have saved myself that trouble of never going in. So like there were kids that were fluent Spanish speakers that intentionally tanked like the Spanish like assessment classes to get into Gringo Spanish. And it was a cakewalk for them because it was like you just have to like yo me nombre whatever, and it's like that's obviously completely incorrect, and you get an easy A.
There was tanking going on in your school.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so great.
Tanking
Yeah,
Spanish.
it's great when
To get to an easier Spanish class. I love it.
12-year-olds were doing this. 12-year-olds. The idea never occurred to
Right.
me, and that you wasted your time writing an admissions letter about how you didn't want to go there is just.
I had to apply.
Right.
My dad said you have to do it, and he wanted me to go there. I made sure, and he's so happy now. He's so happy that I went to Iowa, for the most part.
Of course he is.
But now he's stuck going to an Iowa Northwestern game.
Yeah.
He was going to go anyway, so at least now he has someone to go with
Well,
him.
he could have been at a UNC Virginia game last week, so.
Just as bad. But more exciting. I mean, David Sampson next. How's it good?